All right, let's get back to our top story where France says Algerian forces are hunting for the militants responsible of the killing of Herve Gourdel. We're joined in studio by the senior researcher of the Institute for Security Studies, Martin Ewe. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. Firstly, what message are they really trying to send or put across, rather, by beheading Herve Gourdel so quickly without even so much as asking for ransom?
Yeah, I think they are fighting against the French intervention in Iraq. You will recall that on Friday last week, the French government joined American troops in attacking Islamic State IS facilities in Iraq. So they've been targeting IS hideout in Iraqi cities to the point that IS has been looking for a means to respond and to actually tell the rest of the international community and those that are thinking to join the Obama coalition to defeat IS to stop them from doing so, to make them to think twice that they are not welcome in Iraq. And I think it is also a message, as we have seen in the past month or so, where IS has been executing people openly. They've executed the 2 American journalists and a British recently, as we have seen, using the same method. So I think this new group, this which is not actually new, but the breakaway group from the al-Qaeda in the land of Islamic Maghreb branch in Algeria, which has been there for quite some time, but only recently declared its allegiance to IS. And I think this for them is a flagship kind of attack to show the world that they are for the Islamic State, they are for the Caliphate.
All right, now, what more can you tell us about the soldiers of Caliphate? This, we've been hearing a lot about ISIS. What's going on there with the soldiers of Caliphate?
Yeah, it's a breakaway faction from the al-Qaeda in the land of Islamic Maghreb, Akim. Akim has not formally and actually has had some internal fighting about whether to pledge allegiance to IS or to remain with Ayman al-Zawahiri, the leader of al-Qaeda. But there has been no conclusion, and they've had some inside quarreling, which has resulted into this June al-Khalifa to declare its own separation to join the Islamic State. I think that it's something that we're going to be seeing more often in the coming days or in the coming months, where different terrorist groups will be fighting because they are divided whether to join IS or to remain with al-Qaeda. Yeah. Again, we know that the IS itself, it's a former branch of al-Qaeda, a branch that was established in Iraq, but decided to go its own way because of differences with al-Qaeda, particularly in its modus operandi, as we have seen. The group is very, very dangerous. It's extremely brutal, brutal to the extent that al-Qaeda itself has disowned the group.
Now, does Africa, and in particular North Africa, have the capacity to deal with these groups that are springing out of everywhere? I mean, now we've got ISIS, we've got the soldiers of Caliphate. Already, as it stands, there is a difficulty in dealing with these groups. So what more when more pop up?
I don't think North Africa has the capacity, nor even Africa as a whole. We don't have the capacity to deal with this kind of groups, particularly groups that are getting their money from outside the continent, groups that are getting their money from sources that we cannot really control. That's actually bringing a lot of difficulties to our armed forces, to those who are involved in fighting terrorism, because it's a new phenomenon that we are struggling to deal with. And I don't think that if we continue to deal with it at the military level, that will be able to make any headway. I think what we have seen, the most effective strategies are those that combine criminal justice strategies and military strategies to deal with this kind of groups, because you have to prevent them before they really mature into dangerous groups as we have seen now.
Mr. Martin Ewe, thank you very much for your time, sir. That's Senior Researcher of the Institute for Security Studies speaking to us there.